Okay, so let's talk about the seasons in general for now. In Eastern medicine, we really look at everything as a balance between yin and yang, with yin standing for darkness, for wetness, for cold, and yang standing for brightness and light and fire and heat. And we see these two qualities moving and changing throughout the seasons. So spring is the time when yang is starting to rise. We're coming out of winter. We're coming from the time of the longest night of the year, where days were really short and nights are very long. Temperatures are cold, so winter is a very yin season. And out of that, we see now the yang, the fire is starting to come in. So the heat is starting to transform. And with that, we're going to see growth. We're seeing plants growing up. We're seeing green everywhere, the first greens. We see the trees are starting to get leaves and the flowers come up. We have tulips and hyacinths and cherry trees who go into blossom. So spring really is the season of increasing yang, where everything comes to life again. Then we go into summer, which is the peak of yang. Summer is the hottest season of the year. Summer is when we have the longest day of the year, so we spend a lot of times outside and active. Plants grow richly. We have a lot of foods that grow during summer. Most of them are watery foods. And then we reach fall. Fall is when everything starts to contract again, because yin and cold is more contracting, whereas heat is more expanding. So during fall, everything starts to retract. The trees are shedding. The leaves turn red and yellow, and then the leaves fall. Everything retreats into the ground. The fruit fall, that's like harvest, is like the main time for harvest. So all the summer foods are now fully grown. Winter squashes slowly start entering the food scene. So in fall, everything is starting to go down. The days get shorter again, the temperatures get crisper again. So you see the yin, the resting aspect, is starting to come in daily again. And then when we hit winter, we have the really long nights. It's really cold. It's dark a lot, so that's like a very yin time again. So that's the time when everything retreats into the roots. Everything is kind of replenishing and taking up stock so that they are ready for the growth and the exuberance that comes when spring hits again. So in a way, the seasons really are a story of birth and death. A lot of the old tribal cultures celebrated the winter solstice as the sun dying on the longest night of the year. And that's actually the reason why we have the lights on the Christmas trees, because people would put lights up throughout the night of the longest night to have a little light to guide the sun back on the next day, so that it will rise again for the new year to start, for the new expansion before we're contracting again and going into another death. So that's basically the idea of all seasons in a flow. And our bodies are part of that too. Our bodies experience the seasons. Our bodies are affected by the seasons. So I think it's really important for us to understand ourselves within those seasons again, and make sure that we don't stick with everyday the same narrative where we get up early every day, we go to sleep at a certain time every day, we work every day, whether it's summer or winter or fall or spring. So it's really important that we honor our connection to nature and to these cycles, and that we adjust our lifestyle according to it. Because if we live within the seasons and we take the cues Mother Nature gives us on the daily, we're overall going to live much healthier lives.